In the Autoline Garage this week, we've got the Nissan Cube, which starts at about $14,000. But this is the Krom edition of the Cube, which prices out at 20 grand. What do you get for the Krom edition? Well, you get these chrome bars on the grille, also chrome down on the lower valence panel, and chrome wheels. But what you really notice on the side of this car is the oval shape of the windows, front and rear and the back. It's a little bit funky though how they did this, because while it looks nice and ovally on the outside, on the inside they didn't really quite finish the corners, although that doesn't really bother me that much. What you'll really notice on the back window is they added this cheap piece of plastic to give it an oval look, because without it, it would just end truncated like that. What I really like about the back end is how asymmetrical the design is. You'll notice that the glass wraps around the side on the right-hand side, but not on the left. But then when you look inside here, it's all kind of weird. There isn't a whole lot of room back here, and they've got this cheap, this divider or something that goes on here. It's real flimsy. It doesn't stay on well. I never figured it out. But what you'll really notice is while there's plenty of room for some bags of groceries, even if you lay the back seats down, I couldn't even get my mountain bike in here, and that's because of how short this vehicle is. But the proof in the pudding comes in the driving, so let's go take this thing for a spin. The first thing you notice when you get in the Cube is just how much headroom there is in this thing. It's an extremely tall vehicle. What adds to the effect is the A-pillars seem to angle out, making the interior seem even bigger than it is. Next thing that catches your eye is they got the shag carpeting on top of the dashboard. But there's a label that comes with it that warns you don't put anything on top of here. So I guess it's just for looks and is not a non-skid surface to put things like your cell phone or anything like that. And out on the road, you'll notice that this thing has a whopping 122 horsepower under the hood. And since it's a car that weighs over 2,800 pounds, not exactly fast. It has not a very good power to weight ratio, but it's not that bad. It also has a continuously variable transmission in it, which doesn't necessarily improve the way it drives, but it does improve the fuel economy. The Cube is rated at 28 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway, but we're getting an indicated almost 33 miles per gallon. We're at 32.9 if you go by the gauge that's on the dashboard. Also, as I mentioned earlier, this is a very short car. It only has a wheelbase of 99.6 inches. And short cars always have pitchy rides. This one's no exception, although I gotta say, it's really not that bad. But one thing that you do notice, if it's a windy day, because it's so tall and slab-sided, this thing gets easily buffeted by the wind. The Nissan Cube is all about styling. It's so wacky, it's so goofy, it's so over the top, and that's exactly why I like this car.